Welcome back to the Roger Hedgecock Show. I'm Audrey Taylor, filling in for Roger today. Now, this whole show we've dedicated to focusing on what young Americans are doing to make a difference, to give back, to be involved in their communities, to be involved in their local governments. Now, let's face it, a lot of people think that young Americans are not doing much, that they're sitting around on their video games and their music. But let me tell you, the group that I'm going to introduce you to in just a minute, two teenagers here in San Diego, is going to change your perspective on what young Americans are doing to give back. So I want to welcome to the show Noah and Jenna. And Noah and Jenna have started an organization called YouthJamz that's helping youth through music. Tell us a little bit about that.
So basically, when I was a freshman in high school and Jenna was in middle school, we had this idea just over a family dinner discussion of combining our two biggest passions, which are philanthropy and music. We've always been so dedicated to music our entire lives, and we know how uplifting it can be and how much it can change a person's life and give them hope in their life. And we wanted to share this gift with underprivileged children around the world. And so we had the idea of holding benefit concerts, which have the incredible power of bringing people of all ages and social groups together for one cause.
Now, you hold those benefit concerts right here in San Diego, right?
Yeah, we hold them every year at the Del Mar Fairgrounds.
Okay.
And we have had 4 now, and hopefully we're having our 5th one coming soon.
Now, I understand that these aren't just benefit concerts. You guys are being modest, but they've been really successful. So tell us a little bit about who you've been able to help through the funds you've raised at these benefit concerts.
Well, when we first had our first benefit concert back in 2010, I think.
2010.
It was really grassroots, and we didn't really expect it to get as big as it's gotten now. And just last year's concert, we had Cassidy Pope, who just won The Voice, and this year we had the Maine and the Ready Set headlining, so it's really taken off. And we use all of the proceeds to start music programs for underprivileged children around the world. We actually just traveled to India, Jenna and I, and with the proceeds from our last concert, we bought 300 instruments to start a music program for kids.
We're looking at some of that footage right now.
Yeah, that is us teaching music lessons to kids from leprosy colonies.
Wow.
Jenna can tell you a little bit about the organization we worked with.
Yeah, so Rising Star Outreach, I've been involved in that organization since I was 12 years old. And what it does, it takes kids that are born into leprosy colonies out of the colonies and places them in Rising Star, the school, where they get the proper health and education needed. And
so tell me, what was maybe a highlight from this trip to India, or from one of the children that you had the privilege of helping?
Definitely being able to teach all the kids was the best experience I've ever experienced in my life. Just because seeing them get so excited about music and seeing the potential that they had to do with it, it was so eye-opening and life-changing because they all come from so little.
So does your program provide the musical instruments, or provide you guys going over and teaching them and interacting with the kids? Or?
Well, basically what we do is we give them the needs to start these music programs, and so we provide them with the instruments if it's needed. And with this year's concert that we just had on May 19th at the fairgrounds, we're hoping to start one in Congo and here in San Diego for kids abused in their homes. And so with the one in Congo, they already have the instruments, so we're working with another organization to provide them with online lessons via Skype. So we're really hoping
that
to
is so creative, using that medium again to communicate with them and stay in touch with them. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here in San Diego. You mentioned at-risk teens.
So we wanted to also focus our cause more locally, and so we got involved with an organization called Casa de Amparo, and it helps abused kids in San Diego. And so with the proceeds from our last concert, we are also going to start a music program in that school, just so we have a local cause along with the global causes.
So providing the instruments, the training, the inspiration. Wow, that's awesome.
We were hoping by taking on a local aspect, we can really inspire other kids in San Diego to stand up and do something to help the causes they're passionate about, because really what this has taught us throughout all these years having this organization is that no matter how busy we are with our lives, like being teenagers and all, we still have the potential to make a great difference in the lives of others.
So what have you found? You're both in high school, right? Jen, are you a junior and Noah,
Yeah, I'm
you're
a
a senior?
I
Or
just graduated.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So what's been the feeling in your high school? Obviously, you're leading YouthJamz, a nonprofit organization that's benefiting all these kids in different parts of the world and here locally. Have you had other teenagers see what you've done and become involved in your organization, or had that same desire to give back?
Yeah, right now we have a committee at least 20 high schoolers, and they all help us. We go door to door selling, and they sell at their schools, and so slowly we get more and more people involved, and we try so hard to get the word out for teens to just help.
And it's been such a surprise. You know, we've had countless emails come in of kids who have either attended the concerts or saw videos online, and they're like really excited to start getting involved and maybe start having their own benefit concerts. So we've been giving a lot of advice.
Tell us a little bit about these concerts that are held in Del Mar every year, and we'll be reminding our viewers of when that next one's coming up this next year. I know you just had one. Tell us a little bit about how did you get some of these big name people, Cassidy Pope from The Voice, how did you get them to find out about your organization, or how did that connection happen that they found out about your cause?
We just send emails to as many bands as we can, and then whoever gets back to us that's interested, we find a date that works out for them, and then just pull through whatever they want to do.
And as soon as you nail one act, like it all comes together, and other managers and other like talent agents hear about it, and they want to get their bands on the lineup. And so it started, like I said, really grassroots. We had some unknown bands, but as our popularity kind of started rising, we've had a lot more connections, and we've just been building and building from there.
Wow. Tell me, what's your vision for YouthJamz? Where do you see it years from now?
Years from now, I'm hoping that, well, I'm going to be bringing it to my college campus at UCLA.
Well, I continue it here.
And I'm really hoping we can start, once Jenna goes to college herself, we can start a committee among several colleges around the U.S.
Great. That's great. Well, it's so exciting to meet young Americans that are making a difference, that care about their community, that care about their nation, that care about giving back. So thanks so much for viewing and for being with us today. We're excited to have met these young Americans that are making a difference and involved in their nation and their community. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more of the breaking news that you're not going to want to miss.